Good morning, students. In the previous class we have seen how to move a block of data from one memory location to other memory location and how you can exchange the data between two memory locations. Those two programs we have seen. In this experiment you are going to see the data sort both in ascending order as well as in descending order. So here what is the logic behind ascending order and descending order is comparing the numbers. For example, from your childhood you people know how to arrange the numbers in ascending order and descending order. How we will do in the sense, you consider two numbers 5 and then one more is 11. So I need to arrange it in ascending order and descending order means people will do a comparison between the two numbers. Here you are going to sort the data, you are going to arrange the data in ascending order for a block of data, that is for 10 numbers, 20 numbers of data you are going to sort it out. The main aim of the experiment is to sort 10 bytes of data starting from the RAM location 30H in ascending order and descending order. First we will see how to sort the data, how to sort 10 bytes of data in ascending order. The 10 bytes of data are available with the RAM location 30H. The software used for this experiment is Keel Microvision. Keel Microvision is a free software. It is a open source software where you people can download it from the internet and you can make use of that software to execute the program practically. And it solves many pain points from an embedded program developer. And this software is an integrated development environment which integrated a text editor to write a program, a compiler, and it will convert your source code to hex file. So now we'll go for the logic. So logic is we need to compare one number with the other number. So if that particular number is larger, so ascending order means what? From smallest to highest. So if you are going to sort it in ascending order, from smaller number to larger number you will be sorting out. First we will take how many numbers we wanted to sort. That you store it in one register. Here we are using R3 register to store the number of comparisons. For example, if you have 10 data, how many comparison will be there? So first 10 data means first data will be compared with second data, and according to the data priority hierarchy, the order of the data will get exchanged. Then second data will be compared with the third data. Likewise, if you have 10 data, you will get only 9 comparison. That is represented in the statement move R3, #09. And how many data we are going to give? We are going to give a 10 data. Here you can give 9 data or 10 data. Any number of data it is fine. So you can give move R2, #9. Move R0, #30. Like where we are going to store the data? We are going to store the data in 30th location. So 30th location people will store the data, and we will be we will be taking those data as reference, and we will sort that particular data in ascending order. Then you have to compare the first data with the second data. So you are moving the first data inside this 30th location, whatever it is available, that we are moving it to the accumulator. That is, first data is already moved to accumulator. Then the second data has to be also kept in some temporary register. Second data means first you should increment the memory location. To increment the memory location, I wanted to increment this R0. So increment R0. Next, move 06H, at R0. It means that at present, after executing this INC R0, the content of R0 will be 31. Inside this 31 location, what data is available, that will be moved on to R6. It is here we have used both direct addressing as well as your indirect addressing. 6 is the representation for R6. Now we have to compare the data available in the accumulator with this 6th location, that is R6 location. 6th location we need to compare, and we have to check whether it is equal or not, because when you wanted to arrange the data in ascending order, you have to compare two numbers. The condition for comparison is whether both the numbers are equal, whether A is greater than B or A is less than B. So 3 comparisons will happen. In this particular line, you are comparing the accumulator content with 06th, that is 06th location content. The 06th location content will be in 31th location what data is there, that will come, that will be available. You can simply express this 06 as R6. So R6 content is compared with accumulator. If it is not equal, if both are not equal, what we need to do, you have to compare whether one is greater than B, that is whether A is greater than R6 or A is less than R6. So if it is not equal, then you have to go for loop 1. So loop 1 means JC, jump on carry. Jump on carry means when during comparison only, during comparison means it is just like your subtraction. Your content of accumulator will be subtracted with the content of R6. If it is equal means you will get 0. If it is not equal, then A will be minus with R6 content. If any carry comes, it means that the content of R6 is greater. Suppose if carry is not coming, then the content of accumulator is going to be higher. Therefore, if both the content is not equal, it goes to the loop, it goes to the branch loop to check whether A is greater or R6 is greater, R6 content is greater. So it will check JC, continue, that if you get a carry, then accumulator should have a highest number and R6 should have a lowest number. So you are exchanging the bytes of data between the content of accumulator and R6. Decrement R0. So one comparison is over. So I wanted to, not comparison. So after exchanging, I wanted to put this accumulator data in 30th location. So you have to decrement that memory location. Later you have to move the content of the accumulator to 30th location. Now we are going for the next comparison. So again we need to increment the R0, then move that R6 content to R0. Then it will check whether if you don't have carry only, all this process will take place. If you have carry, directly the loop come over here and it will check decrement jump on non-zero R2. It means that this is for your comparison, right? So R2, one comparison is over. If this comparison, all the 9 comparisons are over, then it will go to back one. Else it will check for your R3, that is here 9, why we are giving means first data will be compared with all the 9 datas. Second data will also be comparing with all the 9 datas. So it is your inner loop comparison. That is first data comparing with all the datas. Back 1 is the inner loop comparison and back 2 label is your outer loop comparison. This is the logic behind your ascending order. Now we will see this program simulation in microcontroller software, that is Keil software. So I am going to type the program in this. First, already some program is open, so I'll first close this program. So go to file, give a close. Then before you start a new program, no program has to be there on your projects window. Right click on this exchange.asm, okay, then remove this file exchange.asm, give S. So once you are given yes, everything will be clear. Now open a new file, then type your ascending order program. So when you type, when you type, it will be in with simple black color. After typing the program, we need to save the program. So that just to save the program, it is ascending. So ASC dot, the file extension to be used for your assembly language program is ASM. So if it is an assembly language program, you have to save with the file extension .asm. Now save the, after saving the program, you could see the changes in the instruction return. Then you have to add this particular file to the source group, then only you can build your target and you can make the program to execute. So to add the files, right click this source group, add existing files to group source group 1, you have to give. From here you type ascending program, then give add. So before giving add, you can see no files is available on this particular project window. After giving add, you can see the ascending file has already appeared in this project side window. Now your program is ready to build the target and for execution. So before going for start stop debug session, you need to build the target to check whether this program is having any errors or warning. So for building the target, you can go to project, you can give build a target, or directly you can give H7. So I'll give here build target. Here you could see one warning, which is nothing but end statement expectation. So you can give end. Even without giving end also, it is possible for us to execute the program, because this particular program is not having any error. So now again save and you execute. Now you could see 0 error, 0 warning. Now I can run my program. So to run the program, I have to go for start stop debug session. So if I go for start stop debug session, you will get your memory window where I need to give the data. I have to give the data in 30th location. So I can type D:30H. So if I type D:30H, directly your 30th location will appear. So I can right click. I am showing the arrow mark right there. I should do a right click. Then go to modify memory. So inside this you have to give the data. But whatever data you are giving inside this, it is going to be your decimal data. But when you, after typing here, it is a decimal data, but when it is taking it in the memory window, automatically it will be reflecting it as a hexadecimal number. So once I will show after entering the data, 76, 90, 31, 45, 86, 11, 13, 19, 49. Okay, you consider I had given a data. So it is in 30th location, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 38. Like that I have given. But I had given the data in excess only. So but what happens when this 56 is going and occupying the space of 30, the equivalent hexadecimal of 56 will be here. So you can see I have typed 56, but it is taken as 3820C. So whatever data you are right clicking and typing it with the modify memory, it is pure decimal. But after giving enter, it will be locating it in its memory space as a hexadecimal number. Now I will be running the program. So directly now I will be running the program. So for a direct run, I can use this particular icon, or I can go to start stop debug session. There I can give run directly. So if I run, where my data will be stored? Again the data will be stored only in 30th location. From 30 to whatever it is, whatever memory location we have specified, till there only the data will be located. So once I will make a run program, you can see before execution the data available is 30, 20, 0C, 4C, 5A, 1F, 2D, like this. So after execution, automatically the number will be arranged from smallest number to the largest number. You can see the difference. You can see how exactly it is occupying the memory. So this is how your ascending order works, and this is the logic behind your ascending order. So before execution, you are having 12, 43, 23, 198, FF, A1, 54, 67, 32 means after execution, from smallest number to the largest number, it will be arranged in the same memory location. Thus, your 8051 assembly language program is written and simulated to sort 10 bytes of data starting from the RAM location 30H in ascending order. Okay, in the next session, we will be dealing it with your descending order program. So far we have discussed the logic behind your ascending order. Next one is your descending order. So there will be only one difference between the ascending order program and descending order program. So the difference is, in ascending order, here you will be putting jump on carry. It means that your accumulator content is compared with your R6 content. If it is having carry, then it has to go over here. Descending order means the number should be arranged from largest number to smallest number. So at that time, here we will be giving jump on no carry in case of your descending order. Only this particular statement will get changed. Apart from that, the logic behind the descending order is same as that of your ascending order. And you could see here before execution the data given is 23, 12, 43, FF, FA, 98, 01, 00, A3, B8, and after execution automatically the data will be arranged, sorted out from the highest number to the lowest number. So it is your before execution and after execution for your ascending order and it is for your descending order. Now I will be showing it in the program. Just if I change the program, in the program, just if I change the line jump on carry to jump no carry, jump on carry to jump on no carry, just that particular line if I am changing, then I will get the descending order output. So it is the program done for the descending order. Now go to file, save as, give the file name as descending.asm as it is the assembly language program, descending.asm. Now this descending.asm only should be added on your right side, that is left hand side, this project window. So remove this ascending.asm. Now to the source group you add descending.asm file. Here you type descending.asm. After typing, give add, then close it. So after adding, you could find the file available on the project window. Now you have to build the target. To build the target, directly you can use this icon, or you have to go to project and you can click build a target. So here also 0 errors and 1 warning. So far I have shown you guys the execution of the program by putting an end statement. Here I will not be doing that, because even you should know whether the warning is there or not. Though the warning is there, it is possible for us to have an execution of the program. Go to debug, give start stop debug session. So after that you need to locate, you need to give the memory. So 1A, 2F, 30, 12, 15, FF, FA, FB. So before what I did in the sense, before I had I had kept the cursor here, right click, modify memory. So modify memory, inside that modify memory means I can give only decimal values. So here if I double click, I can give a hexadecimal. Directly I can give a hexadecimal number in the memory window if I do a double click. Then you have to run the program. After running the program, you can see in the same memory location, all the data will be rearranged in a descending order, that is from highest order to the lowest order. You can see the output. So this is how your descending order logic will works out. Now the descending order program is executed and its before execution and after execution is also identified. Thus your 8051 ALP program is written and simulated to sort 10 bytes of data starting from the RAM location 30H in descending order. Thank you students.